We're live! Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to prospecting class led by your favorite realtor here, Matt McCrory. I'm with the Tim Stout Group with True North Real Estate, obviously, guys. So we want to jump into prospecting today. It is something that is absolutely necessary for your success as a real estate professional. So a lot of people come into real estate, especially in the season, and they're thinking, oh my gosh, all my friends are buying houses and all the prices are going up. I'm gonna be a millionaire. It's gonna be so easy. I've had these people come on and talk to me, and I've had them shout at me for a day, and they realized, hey, it's a lot of work. I don't know if I want to do this. I thought I was gonna be a millionaire real quick. There's a lot of work, a lot of hustle. You got to make sure you're always putting your clients first. But how are you going to get clients if you're not prospecting? So we're talking about the different tiers of prospecting. So the number one, and it's the easiest one to get and the easiest ones to operate, are paid leads. These are leads that you pay for, whether they're Zillow leads, they are Realtor.com leads, they have all these other ones here, Sold.com, Modo, I saw one called Kazoo. There's a bunch of different people out there that will say, hey, we're going to send you leads. That's where your business starts, is getting leads. So if you have these paid leads, that's something you're trying out. My biggest advice to you is, number one, pick up the phone, call them. That is the closest you can get without getting in front of them. Every agent texts. Every agent emails. It's easy. We even have ways of doing that without even being in front of the computer. Make sure you are giving that personal touch and giving them a call. That might make some of y'all clam up right now because you're like, the anxiety, I don't want to. You absolutely have to. That's something you need to battle and overcome to make sure you're putting your best foot forward in front of these prospective clients here, right? So make sure that you're doing that first and foremost. You're calling folks and you're always looking to get closer to them, right? Hey, absolutely, that sounds great. When can we meet and check out a property here so we can learn about what you're needing and what are your wants, what are your needs? Let's go, let's meet. Which house works best for you, and helping them get there. Because if not, you're just a voice on the phone, especially if you text, you're one of many who are just sending a text. That's the number one complaint that I hear about from realtors, is that they never answer their phone. They'll only want to text. Be different, get on that phone, project your voice, build rapport, do that, right? So before we go into the next type of prospecting here too, I want to talk about what prospecting is. Prospecting, as a definition, comes from back in the day when they would go back, like the gold rush, right, in California. They get their little prospecting pan here. They're getting out there, they're throwing a bunch of junk on the pan, and they got to sift it back and forth. It's a lot of work. You're looking at dirt, hoping you see glimpses of gold. So the things I want to distinguish there too is, you're looking for gold. You're not trying to turn mud into gold. You see what I'm saying? So that means if somebody who's like, hey, I'm not pre-approved, hey, I'm not, I may or may not be looking, you're not going to put all of your eggs in that basket going, man, I got to serve this guy. I got to make sure I'm chasing down everything for them. This person that's not pre-approved, they're not serious. They're not showing up to meet you at showings and stuff like that. Oh, I forgot. If they're not serious buyers, don't treat them like gold, if you will. And you're going to find some that just jump in your lap. But make sure you keep that in your head as you are prospecting. You're not trying to turn mud into gold. You're just looking for gold. You're making sure you're putting your first foot forward to be able to identify that, right? Some people you'll have to follow up with 6 months down the road. Some people want to buy tomorrow. So make sure that you get in a place where you can figure out who is who and how to handle them accordingly. Before I go into the next one, I recommend a list of hot, warm, cold, freezing. I've heard A, B, C, D too. You're going to treat a warm buyer different than you're going to treat a hot buyer, then a freezing buyer, right? You're going to put them in a procession, right, of am I going to run for first? The person that needs you the most is obviously going to be the hot buyer. So that is on your prospecting side. When you're hunting, you're picking up the phone, you're calling, especially in those paid leads. This is for any type of lead here. Now we're going to go into the next leg, and that's going to be your sphere. That is your friends, that is your family, that is previous co-workers, that is extended family, that's anybody you have ever met. Everybody needs to know you're in real estate. Now there's a way to do this without being completely obnoxious, because you don't want to be the guy that's like, hey, what's up, Mom? I'm in real estate. Hey, Auntie, I'm in real estate. I'm in real estate. You're letting this come up naturally, but you're also understanding that you're never not talking about this enough. You kind of want to be at the little level where it's like, hey, it's kind of annoying, everything he talks about is real estate. You want to make sure it's at the top of your mind and that you're a professional. You're always presenting yourself as a professional. I don't know how many times I have had somebody, especially from my family back in Houston or my friends back in Houston, they're like, hey man, what's going on? I have a question about real estate. Well, how'd you know I was in real estate? Oh, I saw you do this video, I saw you do that, I saw you do this and ever. My presence is, I'm a real estate professional, here's the things I'm doing, so they start coming to you as the source of knowledge on it, because that's a super hot topic right now. And notice how I said family back in Houston. Make sure that if you're not even from here and you have family in other states, hey, I'm still the source of real estate. I have great connections back home, which you make sure that you're making those connections to say, hey, I have a family member here. I need you to make sure, I'm going to look at your reviews. I'm going to make sure you're going to take care of them. Absolutely. And you get a 25% referral kick back to you at closing. So you're still making money from your sphere so many states away. Make sure it's in front of your parents' mind, extended family. It's a great feeling to have an aunt call you and say, hey, we're moving. We don't know any realtors here. Can you help us? You connect them. Make sure they're connected with an excellent team that's going to take care of them over there. And then, boom, check comes in the mail. Yay, that's awesome. So make sure you're working that other source of income as well. And this is also called a method of Velcro messaging. Maybe it's somebody you haven't talked to in a while. As you're catching up with these people, maybe you're sending a message on Facebook or something like that. Again, you're not being that guy. Hey, how are you? I'm fine. How are the kids? Kids are great. How are your kids? My kids are great. Hey, you want to buy or sell real estate? You're not doing that. You're letting a conversation happen naturally, and you're letting it come up. So how are you and how are you doing? And they will naturally say, well, how are you doing? Are you still doing real estate? Yeah, man, I'm doing great. You know, we're actually looking for some listings here. You wouldn't happen to know anybody, would you? Oh, no, I don't know anybody. Oh, man, all right, cool. It'd be awesome if you did. So then you go back to them. Let it be a bit more natural, right? You're catching up. You're not being that guy of just, hey, anybody you know want to buy or sell real estate? Cold calling. This makes everybody shiver and tremble and hide, right? The idea of cold calling is very, very scary. As a matter of fact, when I first started, I was very afraid to get on the phone and to call anybody. So naturally, Tim said, oh, I know how to get you over this. You're going to call 100 people a day. Cold calling in a neighborhood. Here you go. So I got over that pretty quick. You get yelled at a few times here, then you make some cool connections, and you realize, oh, it's a numbers game. I can't get so attached to these people I will never see or never will know, right? So there's different ways to cold call and who you're going to cold call. So the number one, we're going to talk about circle prospecting. Circle prospecting is choosing a neighborhood. So that's a neighborhood maybe you want. That's a neighborhood that you really enjoy, a neighborhood that a lot of your clients are trying to get into, but there's nothing on the market. You can circle that on a lot of different apps. We use Mojo Dialer. You can get on that, pull from that neighborhood, call that whole list. And a lot of y'all just went, that sounds great, that's really scary. Make sure that you're bringing value to them. So how can you do that? Maybe somebody in this brokerage, ask them first, I know it's cool with us, it's cool with most of us, if they've sold a listing over there, hey, can I call the neighborhood over here, try to get a listing from it? Yeah, sure, right? If they're doing an open house, if they're doing something, right, giving you a reason to call. Hey, I'm with True North. Somebody at our firm over here just sold a house. We're working with a lot of buyers that are loving to get into this neighborhood. Have you thought about selling? That's what we're doing to that neighborhood. That's what we're doing to a place where we're doing an open house. Hey, we're having an open house. Wanted to invite you. Do you know anybody that would want to buy this place? Oh, no, I've never had anybody do this before. You're giving a value. Hey, I'm trying to help out your neighbor. Such and such is selling their house. I'm trying to help you go here. And then the big one, you want more listings for sale by owners. For sale by owners, a lot of y'all have noticed how hot the market is, and you're thinking, man, well, it's so hard to even get in with a for sale by owner because it's just so crazy right now. Make sure you're bringing value, number one, because we've had for sale by owners sit and sit and sit before, even in this market. Somebody get in front of them, right? Somebody on our team did this. Mike did this, and Mike did this very well. Offered them a ton of value, and they said, wow, this guy is just out here serving us. He's putting our needs first. That was represented in his actions, right? It wasn't just talk. And then when it came time to like, look, we need to sell. Will you list our house? He was the guy there. He built a relationship. He didn't just come out and go, hey, let me sell your house. No? All right, cool, see ya. He built a relationship, gave tremendous value, and these people saw that and reciprocated. So make sure you're reaching out there, you're building those relationships with folks. And this also goes into door knocking. Even in the pandemic, you can knock, right, and stand back. You don't have to be breathing on anybody. If you have an open house, if you had just sold, if you have buyers, this is something too. It's reverse prospecting is what it's called. The buyer says, man, I have to get in this neighborhood. I got to get in there. I love it. The schools are great. There's this, there's that. There's never anything for sale in there. Go knock the community. Knock, knock, knock. Hey, can I help you? Hi, yes. I'm so-and-so with True North. I'm working with some buyers, and they're dying to get in this neighborhood. I'm just seeing if anyone has thought about selling. I mean, they love this neighborhood. They love this style of house. Have you ever thought about selling? You never know where that can lead. Some people are, yeah, absolutely. And when you set it up, it's like hitting the lottery. It's great. Make sure you're doing everything you can to do that, right? And always bring value. Make sure you're bringing something to them. You're not trying to sell them. You're looking to help your people. You are an advocate for your clients. And now the last leg of prospecting here that I will go over, I'm going to make this short and sweet so you can apply it into your business. Who are you around? Who are the people you're interacting with outside of work? Are they people who are in the market? Are they people that will never buy? Where are you shopping? Where do you hang out at? If you're always going, and picking up your groceries and never interacting with anybody, then how in the world are you ever going to meet anybody that's looking to buy, looking to sell? Are you a member of a clubhouse? Are your kids in a preschool? Are they in a school? Are you interacting with the parents? Are you letting it be known in your community, in your sphere? It types into that. But who are you purposely interjecting yourself into these spheres because hey, these are the people I want to do business with. These are the people I want to be around. If you're around people that will never buy, who never financially can buy, don't be surprised when your sphere does not yield you any results. If your sphere puts you in a place of people who are doing the things you want to do, who are making moves you want to do, well, don't be surprised if you level up as well and you're their go-to person to sell their home, to help their friends sell, to help them buy. So to recap here with prospecting, number one is you're making sure that you're not turning mud into gold. You're trying to identify gold. And then how you do that on your online leads that are coming in, you're calling them right away. You're standing out above the rest. And then you're making sure your sphere, every and anybody you've ever known should know that you're in real estate in a non-obnoxious way, right? And then number three, as you do cold calling, as you are knocking on neighborhoods, you're always bringing value. Hey, I'm doing this for my client. I'm doing this. Can I bring value to you type deal? And then number we're on. Who are you around, right? Who are the people you're hanging around? And if you don't like who you're hanging around, how can you pick yourself up and put you in a new environment where you're making new friends that you can bring value to and that you can rise with them? They're doing the things you want to do. So I hope that was helpful. I hope you can apply that to your business. I hope you can prospect well, because that is the absolute key to any sales business, any entrepreneurial business, is prospecting. Doesn't matter how skilled and talented or awesome you are or what a service you deliver. If you don't put yourself in front of people, you won't be successful. So I hope this was helpful. Thank you guys for watching. See ya.